What I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab.
And it's exciting. You know, Terrence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, closer range, outside, and he can fight going both ways. So it's exciting. It's exciting.
I'm going with Terrence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terrence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you.
Few clashes in boxing history ignite as much debate as a potential face-off between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terrence "Bud" Crawford. Both fighters stand as the pinnacle of their respective eras. Analysts and boxing veterans have long discussed who would come out on top if these two tactical masterminds ever shared the ring. The discussion goes beyond skill. It's also about legacy. Mayweather's flawless precision versus Crawford's adaptability and killer instinct.
Definitely one of the greatest. He's done shit that Floyd Mayweather ain't done.
Like what?
Like what?
The audience that don't know.
He is
Two-time
a two-time undisputed champion. Floyd wasn't a one-time undisputed champion. So he has all the belts in one division and then moved up and got all the belts in another division. I don't know if that's ever happened in the history of boxing.
Yes, and he beat the man.
And he beat the man. Let's give Terrence Crawford his flowers because everything he said he was going to do,
he done it.
Floyd Mayweather retired undefeated with a perfect 50-0 record, one of the cleanest resumes in the sport's history. His career was marked by marquee victories over champions across 5 different weight divisions. Mayweather's ability to nullify both power punchers and technical boxers alike remains legendary.
Floyd Mayweather stopped Conor McGregor in the 10th round to improve to 50-0 in what he says will be his final fight. I actually believe him this time, Max. What's his legacy?
Well, he's one of the great pure boxers who ever lived. He is never cheated himself. He always was in condition. He had no off nights. That's why he won every fight. It's one of the reasons. Not because he's one of the best to ever do it, and because he was always prepared over a very long amateur and pro career. Amazing. Another reason is he carefully selected opponents, knew when and where and when and who to fight, and basically changed the paradigm in boxing. I'll translate. He flipped the script. I mean, really, boxing is basically, and this is just the way it is, and I'm a huge boxing fan, and I make no apologies about it, but it is fans and networks essentially exploiting fighters. That's how it works. And we demand a level of dedication and risk-taking with your health that's insane, right? Like, someone's getting their head beaten every which way, and if you quit, you don't have heart. You can't be a great fighter, which is true, by the way. It's a blood sport. And Floyd, and usually fighters wind up broke and punch drunk. And Floyd Mayweather flipped the script. He said, no, I'm not going to let the game play me. I'm going to play the game.
Terrence Crawford, on the other hand, has quietly built one of modern boxing's most complete legacies. He became an undisputed champion in multiple divisions, showing his adaptability against every fighting style presented to him. His switch hitting, explosive power, and exceptional ring IQ have made him a nightmare for opponents. His dominance at welterweight has placed him in pound for pound debates where only Mayweather's shadow still lingers above. Many professional fighters and veterans have shared their thoughts on this ongoing comparison.
Everything is on Terrence Crawford's side, all the legacy, meaning he only has the opportunity to win the belts. Saul only has an opportunity to defend them. Terrence Crawford has an opportunity to be in a 5 division and the only person to win all 4 belts in 3 separate weight divisions. Why is Saul taking this fight? And I'm going to tell you why. Because there's some things in life more important than just the belts. And that 20-year career that Terrence Crawford made, that all that he has, is very valuable. Very, very valuable. He had 1 foot out the game. And if he can be the man to defeat him, because remember, if Saul beats him, Terrence Crawford was the first man to get all 4 belts in 2 separate weight divisions. Yes, I beat that champion. Yes, I beat the multiple division champion. And he had the...
Oscar De La Hoya, who fought Mayweather himself recently, stated that he still considers Floyd the superior fighter. He argues that Mayweather's record and technical brilliance make him nearly untouchable in any head-to-head comparison. De La Hoya's opinion represents the respect many from boxing's old guard still hold for Floyd's resume and his consistent ability to win at the highest level. On the other side stands Canelo Alvarez, who fought Mayweather back in 2013, but has also faced Crawford recently. Canelo stirred headlines when he said Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather, praising Bud's ring IQ, adaptability, and the quality of his latest wins. Coming from a fighter who has shared the ring with both men under different circumstances, that statement carries heavy weight.
I have to disagree because Floyd Mayweather toyed with Canelo. Like, he literally toyed with him. He didn't get hit at all. Not one time. And Crawford, yeah, he's more of a fighter, boxer. Mayweather's more of a boxer. But I have to disagree. I think Mayweather is much more superior than Crawford. Not just because he beat me and it was a close fight, whatever, or that I stepped in the ring with Mayweather, but I really feel that technically Mayweather's a better fighter.
You faced Mayweather, you were 23 years old, I believe?
23.
And
Just
again,
turned 23.
Yeah, you just turned 23. You didn't have a lot of seasoning. I know people say, oh, he had a lot of fights. Well, you didn't have an amateur career. You started boxing at 15 as a pro, right?
Yeah.
So you gave up the weight concession. You gave up the rehydration clause. And I always thought if you would have faced him, with some more seasoning, it would have gone differently.
He deserved the position in that moment because, Floyd Mayweather is one of the best fighters in the boxing history, and he deserved the position in that moment. I try to make history, and I try to put myself in the very top in that moment. But for some reason, doesn't happen, right? And yeah, like you say, if I had that fight with Miguel Angel Cotto first and all these kind of fights, and then fight Mayweather, maybe go in the different way. But we never gonna know. And I learned from that fight, and like I say, things happen for a reason.
Shane Mosley, another veteran who went 12 rounds with Mayweather, has leaned toward Crawford in this hypothetical matchup, saying that Bud's all-around arsenal makes him more dangerous and complete than Floyd. Mosley's opinion reflects the understanding of those who've experienced Mayweather's style firsthand. Floyd's brilliance is unquestionable, yet Crawford brings unique angles and weapons that Floyd never had to deal with.
Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can't knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Still, Mosley has also made it clear that while he respects Crawford's all-around abilities, Floyd Mayweather is far from an easy puzzle. He's repeatedly stated that Mayweather's defensive genius and discipline make him one of the most complex challenges in boxing history.
I was surprised about his power. When you attack Floyd, he has a way of making you run into it and you feel the power, like a collision. But when you kind of box away from him, yes, he has power, but not like he does when you're trying to attack him. He's not weak, he's strong. Like I say, he trains hard and he does all the things you're supposed to do as a fighter or as a champion to be the best.
Mosley faced Floyd back in 2010 and even rocked him badly in the second round. But afterward, he admitted that Mayweather immediately adjusted, shut him down, and never gave him another clean opening. That moment shaped Mosley's perspective. He respects Crawford's size, switch-hitting skills, and offensive versatility, but he also knows firsthand that Floyd is a master at neutralizing even the sharpest weapons.
Everybody talk about Shane Cardi, but what was the issue? Shane started hesitating. Why did Shane hesitate? Because he took the best shot, and he stood there, held on tight, and on top of that, made Shane feel his strength, and came back out like nothing happened the previous round. Right. But still stone cold. Right. And then Shane ends up being the one hesitating, waiting, and the fight get away from him.
I'm saying Shane hit me with a hell of a shot. Okay. Actually, 2 shots. Oh, okay. But even in that particular round, what I said to Shane was this. I was like, you said something to him when you grabbed him. I said, you gotta kill me. Oh shit. I wasn't ready, bro. I said that was a good one. I said that was a good one, but you gotta kill me. Wow. I said, you gotta kill me. And then I'm not gonna lie, I meant it.
Andre Ward, Crawford's close friend and former champion, has also defended him vigorously against claims that his accomplishments don't measure up to Mayweather's. Ward emphasizes Crawford's adaptability, skill, and ability to dismantle elite opponents as proof that he belongs in the conversation.
Who's the most skilled fighter today?
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Tyke Shakur, Devin, Boots,
my favorite.
It's a lot of them, and they skillful in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, like, I could bet the house on is Bud. Because me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like, soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing. About basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. You gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So skillful, yes, but this and this, it's different, man. There's not a lot of guys like that out there currently. There's a lot of guys that talk it, but until you get in that real fire, I'm not saying a guy you fighting a guy you should beat. I'm saying a guy that it's a 50-50 matchup. We don't really know what you have. You don't even really know what.
Andre Ward, Crawford's close friend and former world champion, has also passionately defended him against comparisons that claim he doesn't measure up to Mayweather. Ward highlights Crawford's adaptability, intelligence, and ability to dismantle top-tier opponents as proof that he belongs in the same discussion.
Andre, we just seen Terence Crawford create greatness and beat Canelo Alvarez tonight. What was your thoughts on that performance from Terence?
Terence Crawford, great performance, man. He's been doing this throughout the course of his career. The stakes were a lot different in this fight, a lot more danger. He had to fight that kind of fight in order to beat Canelo Alvarez tonight, and he did that at 37, but getting ready to be 38 years old. And he proved, like Max said, that he is the GOAT of this generation. Hats off to Canelo for taking the fight. He didn't have to take it. Hats off to Turkey Al-Sheikh for putting it together. Just a great, great night for boxing.
Yeah. How special a fighter is someone like Terence Crawford? There was no signs of a size disadvantage there. How special?
You can see it in spots, but it wasn't significant. And I didn't think it was going to be significant. And people call me crazy, but I've been around Terence. He's strong. He's got a wrestling background, and people don't realize that he's been boiling himself down all these years and still being successful, not having to do that. His condition seemed impeccable, and his strength was there, the power was there enough to get respect from Canelo. So what more can I say?
What would you like to see him do next? Do you think there's another fight after this?
I'd like to see him be done. What are we boxing for at this point? What else is there to do? There's always going to be a YouTuber or a reporter or somebody conjuring up another challenge. We box to get ourselves in a better financial position, to build a name and a legacy. Those boxes are checked. What else are we doing? Why are we still in the game?
Yeah, I get it. Andre, always good.
Ward has even gone as far as calling Crawford the GOAT of this generation. He's been one of Bud's loudest supporters, not just because of their friendship, but because Ward sees Crawford's resume, dominance, and adaptability as something truly unique in today's sport. After Crawford's destruction of Errol Spence Jr., Ward stated flat out that Bud had earned the right to be considered the greatest fighter of this era.
Like, I really like both of those guys. A lot. Like, I had a chance to hang around Earl. Had a chance to hang around Terence, and both guys, class act. It would look like I'm leaning towards one guy because I boxed one guy before.
It was beautiful to watch, but also tough to watch to see what happened to Errol. Obviously, we don't wish bad on,
Nobody.
Nobody.
The best man won. If I was training him or I was in his corner, I don't think he should be fighting at 147 at all. I don't even think he should be fighting at 154.
Really?
I think he should be fighting at 160 or 168.
Wow.
That's just my honest opinion.
Mayweather himself has spoken about Crawford with a blend of respect and pride. He's congratulated him on major victories, especially his demolition of Errol Spence Jr., yet often reminds fans of his own legendary career and decades-long reign at the top. As always, Floyd positions himself as the measuring stick by which all others are judged. That mix of admiration and legacy defense feels natural. Mayweather has always prided himself on being the best of his generation. The possibility of a younger fighter challenging that status keeps the debate alive.
Probably in your top 10, maybe even your top 5.
Where do you rank
Terrence, in your opinion,
I put him in the top 15, maybe the top 10, because he definitely has the skill of a top 5. Just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get, and that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class look like nobody. That's pretty damn good. Now he proved what we already thought. We just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, this is the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. He reminds me of Roy. We ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class. We want the best opposition near our weight class.
there's been discussion that maybe, Crawford and Inoue are going back and forth tussling for pound for pound, that maybe Inoue, because of the multiple weight divisions. You're shaking your head no. Tell me why no.
Because Inoue also, when he first moved up, he lost to Donnell. Don't forget that. Bud ain't lost nobody. Moving up or down, he moved up 3 times. He lost nobody. Don't tell me he better than Bud, no.
Roy Jones Jr. has been vocal about ranking Terrence Crawford at or near the top of today's pound-for-pound list. He's said that Crawford has been dominant for years, calling him the current P4P king with only names like Naoya Inoue close behind. Roy has also critiqued Mayweather's legacy, noting that while Floyd belongs in all-time great discussions, there are certain fighters whose styles and primes might have troubled him more than people admit. Regarding Canelo versus Crawford, Roy described Crawford as a great small man capable of beating very good bigger men, subtly suggesting that he sees Crawford as capable of overcoming even Mayweather-type challenges.
Terrence Crawford would beat a prime Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he would beat him. Yes, it would be a competitive fight, but Crawford, master thinker just like Floyd. What the advantage that Floyd has is that he has great defense. The advantage that Crawford has is that he not only can fight orthodox, he can also he's versatile. He can switch to the southpaw stance. And we all know that Floyd don't like to fight southpaws. We know that. What happens when you have a guy just as smart as you are and able to make adjustments like Crawford? What happens when you have a guy that can hurt you with either hand? A guy that's powerful and strong like Crawford. A guy that's quick as Crawford. A guy that can fight you in the pocket. A guy that knows how to execute that Philly shell. He knows how to bust through that. He'll have enough to beat Floyd, and he'll have enough to gain respect and hurt Floyd too. I don't think he knocks him out, but I think he'll win in close decisions. Hey, I want to know what everybody else thinks.
Tim Bradley has boldly claimed that Terrence Crawford would beat a prime Floyd Mayweather. He believes Crawford's versatility, timing, power, and adjustment skills give him a tactical edge. Still, Bradley maintains immense respect for Mayweather, calling him one of my favorite fighters ever and acknowledging Floyd's defensive brilliance, footwork, speed, and agility. Before Canelo faced Crawford, Bradley warned that a loss for Canelo would impact his legacy far more than losing to someone like David Benavidez. He explained that Crawford moving up to divisions and being older than many of his rivals makes such a defeat more damaging. If Canelo were to lose, critics wouldn't just question the fight. They'd debate whether Canelo has declined or avoided real challenges.
What's his power like? Have you been hit by anybody that strong before?
I've been hit harder.
No, in a real fight, not a sparring.
In a real fight. Avanesian, I mean not Avanesian, but Mean Machine hit harder than Canelo to me. To be honest.
Terrence. Congratulations.
After defeating Canelo Alvarez, Crawford addressed his critics during the post-fight press conference. He reminded everyone that people said he was a nobody or that he couldn't beat fighters like Canelo. But now, he asked, what can they say? He called it a signature victory over a man who had never been beaten at super middleweight. Crawford also pointed out the favoritism toward Canelo in both media coverage and crowd reaction, saying that while the atmosphere was charged, it didn't distract him, it fueled him. The doubts and the noise, he said, only pushed him harder.
This was your life for so long with Floyd fighting this guy, fighting Manny, fighting Conor, and all those, you were just at the center of all these talks for so many years. It's exciting to be back there again. Any chance that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
Let's own it. Let's own it. It's been talks. It's possible.
In a recent interview, Mayweather Jr. hinted that a return to professional boxing could be on the horizon, especially following his scheduled exhibition with Mike Tyson in spring 2026. Speaking to TMZ, Mayweather said that while nothing is confirmed, talks are happening and it's possible. He emphasized that he feels healthy, stays sharp, and still wants to entertain fans with something memorable. Whether he risks his perfect record remains to be seen, but for the first time in years, Floyd has left the door slightly open.